All right, let's go ahead and figure out what 26% of 50 is. Now, 26% of 50, if you look over here to our number line we set up, so we have some number that's going to be 26% of 50. Now, in this example, 50 is our whole, or 50 represents 100%. Now, we know 50% is going to be right in the middle, and we know 25% is going to be in the middle of 0 and 50%. So our answer, 26%, is going to fall somewhere in there. So probably a good guess would be, well, 50% of 50 is going to be 25. And then, so we know this is 25. And then we know halfway between 0 and 25 is going to be 12.5. So we know this is 12.5. So a good estimate is probably going to be around 13 or 14. Let's go ahead and figure this out, though, using a proportion. So we have some number, or excuse me, let's start actually with 26%. So we have 26%, or 26 for 100. So 26% of 50. Now 50 is going to be our total. And we don't know what the number is of 50. So when we set up our proportion, that's going to be 50 times 26 when we do our butterfly method is going to be 1,300 equals 100x. And then when we divide each side by 100, we are left with x equals 13. Now that does make sense because when our original estimate was around 13 or 14. So 13 is 26% of 50. All right, let's go ahead now and figure out what percent 3 is of 20. So we want to figure out what percent 3 is of 20. So for example, if you got 3 out of 20 on a homework assignment, what would your percent be? Well, let's go ahead and set up a proportion again. So 3 out of 20, excuse me, let's write that again. 3 out of 20 is going to equal our percent. Well, we don't know the percent, x out of 100. So again, if we did our cross multiplication or butterfly method, it's going to be 300 equals 20x. Now when we divide both sides by 20, we're going to get x equals 15. Now what does that number represent? Remember, the original problem was what percent is 3 of 20. So 3 of 20 is going to be